We had a little day one mindset for the sixth time, which was great. Full pads for the second day, which was even better. Had a little heat, which made it the best. And that was exactly what we needed today. We needed a little bit of heat, and it hit about midway through practice. The breeze stopped, and heat kind of got on them a little bit and pushed through had a little adversity hit us. And I wanted to see how those guys responded, and they did a really good job responding. So that was good to see. I thought we tapered just a little bit right after our halftime, just for a little bit. But came back at the end and finished strong, which is all about what we're preaching here, is just how it's all about our finish. Just some good situations right there at the end, some goal line situation, made it live. And again, as I shared with them, we've got to create toughness. We got to develop toughness. We got to coach tough, and a relentless pursuit to the ball. That's always been our philosophy, and it will continue to be that way. And it's a one day at a time mindset. But definitely got some guys that are giving it out there, and I'm excited about those guys that are pushing. I had a chance to open up practice with some good on good, a live situation there, moving some guys around. Threw them freshmen in there at quarterback, see what they could do. Had Connor Nolan getting some of the reps with the ones, and John Stephen getting reps with the twos, see if they could move the football and create a little bit of excitement on that sideline. So I thought they both did a good job, and as Cole and Dalton and Ty have done to this point. We want to see some of these young guys getting some reps. So with that, I'll open up with questions.
We'll get a mic to you.
Just for Saturday scrimmage, what would a quarterback need to do to set himself apart from the others?
I just think probably the consistency, from what we've seen this week, to continue to be consistent. Obviously, coaches being off the field, more of a game setting that we could possibly have, even though we may script 8 straight plays and see how they respond, how they lead their team, how they're encouraging guys. So, yeah, I think that's a possibility that it could happen Saturday, some of it, but we'll wait and see on that. It's all about getting in that stadium and seeing how these guys respond.
Coach, twofold, but Dorian Gerald getting out there in full pads. I know I could hear the coaches really getting on him, trying to just get him to full speed. And then Randy Ramsey did some footwork stuff, but didn't do some tackling stuff. What's going on with him? Yeah,
we kept Randy out today, precautionary, and on a few things. He had kind of just a slight kind of a hamstring, slight tightness in it, so we kept him out today. That's why he wasn't in yellow. But he could get some footwork drills in. He'll be fine. Dorian Gerald, it's all about getting him in shape right now. That's really what it is. I mean, he came in decent shape, but not anything like what we need him in. And just being here over the last 2 weeks or whatever it's been, week and a half, it's just trying to get him in game shape now and, staying bearing down on him. He's got a lot of potential, but he's got a lot to learn still, too.
Chad, who have you seen rise up in the live tackling stuff? Who has really impressed you so far?
It's the guys that you would expect, obviously, that you've seen that are playing well. Yesterday we had a couple of live sessions, and obviously, we mentioned Randy Ramsey. He's been doing a good job. He's really presenting a problem out there on the edge, and for any tackle. To try to block, which helps us out, makes us a little bit better on that edge, having to go against a guy like him. Gabe Richardson's doing some good things. Dre and Scooter in there, which you would expect. Those are veterans. Hayden Henry is another one that's playing multiple positions right now that always shows up. He's always around the ball. And I'll tell you another one that I've been very impressed with is working his tail off is 2 guys, really D. Walker, which I know D wasn't out there today. He was in the training room, but he'll be back out. But, Grant Morgan. Grant's another one he's just always around the ball. And then out there at the corner position, I've been pleased with Ryan Pulley. I think he's definitely has a great mindset about him right now. But, Devon McClure is another one that just shows up. He just keeps showing up in a live setting. So we're a long way away from where we want to be. But for the 2 days and putting these guys in live situations and, I firmly believe, I know there'll be a point in time in camp that we got to back out of some live situation. But the only way to get better at tackling is you got to tackle. You got to go. You got to go live. And so that's kind of what we're seeing, trying to learn how to practice We had a little situation, not a situation, had a little point in time in practice yesterday that we weren't practicing like we need to practice, had guys on the ground. We want to stay off the ground in different settings of practice, whether it be a thud or what it may be. We're not diving anybody's knees in a true live setting against ourselves. So just learning how to practice today was much, much better, much improved in that. But there's been some guys that have stepped up. Michael Taylor's another guy that's kind of flashing, I'm seeing.
Yeah, I also meant to follow up with what does Yelta look like at center the last couple of days and that combo that you're looking at there?
It is a he's looking good. I will say that. Let's say he's looking good. I think today was better than yesterday. Obviously, with the transition there and getting the majority of the reps today, I think he just, he's a perfectionist. He studies the game. He wants to be the best, and moving him there is going to help us out right now and help this entire football team. So I thought his footwork was better today. His snaps were a little bit more on time. Yesterday was a little bit delayed in some of the snaps, but today was much better.
Yeah, Chad, you talked about Devois losing a lot of weight. How's he look this week at that weight? And what are you looking for from him and the other running backs in the scrimmage on Saturday?
Yeah, I think Devois has looked. He looks lighter as far as on his feet and movement, his plants in the ground, his vision. He sees it and makes the cut. Where in the spring, I think he saw it, but he just couldn't get into the cut quick enough. I think you're seeing that. He just looks more explosive. And then for Saturday, what we're expecting out of these guys, are going to get a lot of reps. And we want to see them pass protect. We want to see, are they going to be able to execute with coaches off the field? That's really, and that's not just them, but everybody.
What kind of week? What do you thought of your running backs
so far?
Point? Yeah.
I think we got a great running back room right now as far as challenging each other. There's a lot of competition going on right now. I keep mentioning his name, but Malik Williams is one that's 225 pounds, and he's running hard. Did some good things today in some short yardage situations. But they're all pushing each other from Devois to Chase to TJ and Rakeem. I think Rakeem today probably felt like he hit a wall a little bit as far as just all the install and everything just kind of jumped on him. He's a lot like Dorian, trying to get into that game speed shape. But going to be a fantastic player for us. I love our depth in that running back room.
Yeah, we got to see the W drills. What do you like out of those things? And I don't know, anybody pop on that one?
Nah, I don't know. I mean, I'd have to go and look at it. I was more concerned with just trying to get the reps in back and forth and creating some excitement. I love it because it puts all three levels of the game. And it's realistic. And from the O-line, D-line, creating that line of scrimmage, you got to win there and you got to stay in bounds. If you can get to that second level, you now have your tight ends on linebackers. At that second level, the field gets a little bit wider because you're playing more in space. Then you get down close to the goal line, and now the field is much wider, and it's a wide receiver on a DB. I think it's a very realistic drill. Involves everybody. It exposes guys. You might have had an execution at the first level and the second level, and all of a sudden you didn't get the execution at the third level like you want, and the guy gets exposed. That was good. I thought we did it in the spring a couple times. And then to see these guys transition into it today, I thought was really good and be interesting to watch. Got a lot of reps.
LaMichael and Jordan Jones the other day, they said they're just having fun again. What are you seeing from them as they vie for playing time?
Well, it's fun to watch these guys. It really is. Being the head coach of these guys and watching how this team is transforming since spring through the summer into the first 6 practices. Watching these guys, I mean, they're pushing each other. It's go constant. There's not time to sit around and think. You got to be moving. And they're enjoying it. I mean, they're enjoying the practice of being around each other. I will say this about both those guys, and Jordan Jones in particular. He's having a really good camp right now. He really is. He's standing out. I've heard Jordan Jones talk more over the last 3 or 4 days than I've heard him talk since I've been here. He's got a lot of confidence. I think that has a lot to do with some strength that he gained during the summer. He's making plays out on the field, and it's good. It's good to see that. And same way with Petway. I mean, he's got that boundary position. He's big. He's physical, and again, just pushing each other. They see that they're all in it together. I mean, when you get out on that field, you've got to have each other to survive. And that's the mindset that we have to create. We have to create total chaos out there, but it's a mindset of I need my whole wide receiver group to survive and to push and make myself better through practice. Otherwise, it's going to go, and you can't get all the reps. And so that's every position. So not only what we're doing in that meeting room, but you get on that practice field and you're creating that unity because you need those guys right there with you to help you out.
Individually, how's it shaking out with the tight ends and the various roles that you've got for them?
Yeah, I think that Austin Cantrell is definitely a guy that's has picked up where he left off in the spring. Jeremy Patton, another one that is we talked about is just playing with a lot more confidence. The thing I've seen with Jeremy Patton and just from my short time I've been with him. One, he's a caring kid. He cares. He loves football. He cares, and he wants to be great. And he's matured so much since I've gotten here. Since I've been around him, and so that's good to see. He's got a great talent. C.J. O'Grady is one that's that's getting better. He's put together, as I told him yesterday. I said, you've put 2 good days of practice together. Is there any way possible we could put 3 together? And I believe you put 3 together today. So we're going to celebrate 3 straight days of C.J. O'Grady doing some good things. We still got to get better. And that's what it's about. It's about stacking good days on top of good days. And, it's about getting out there and getting after each other. The other kid, the other player that we have that is playing multiple roles is Grayson Gunner. And Grayson is doing some things, as I mentioned earlier. I think we talked about this. Might have been at our media day at the golf tournament, but the role of Grayson Gunner and where he is and being able to play at some of that wide receiver position and come back in that backfield. So excited about him. Again, same thing. I think the tight end room, the running back room has the depth. They got a lot of competition, and they need each other to get through practice out there and push each other.
Armon Watts had mentioned how he's had a really up and down career here. I'm curious what your conversations have been with him since you've been here and what you've seen from him through 1 week.
Yeah, I've told Armon, I don't care what's happened in the past. That's irrelevant to me. This is a fresh start. And now how you work day to day is completely up to you. He had a good summer, has started out fall camp good, putting good days on top of good days. I said, can we continue that? Because if we can, then you'll like the end result. If not, it'll be the same old, same old. So we're not going backwards. This program's going to continue to drive forward with you or without you. And you got to keep pushing. You got to keep challenging yourself. You got to keep understanding there's depth behind you that's going to push you. And we're not letting up. So so far, he's stacking some good days on good days. We'll see how Saturday goes. When, I'm really hoping that it would be about somewhere around 100, 101 on Saturday would be awesome, and to see how these guys could respond out there in the turf, in the stadium.
Coach, you talked about Dorian and Rakeem, what happens with new guys, and just 6 days in, it kind of jumps on them. What have you seen from your other newcomers, your freshmen, and who's maybe fighting through that 6-day period and has got a chance to help you?
I think we've got a lot of freshmen that have the chance to help us out this year. It's really hard to see, without just going in there and with 2 days in pads, but some guys that have just flashed, just right off the top of my head, Joe Fouché. I mean, I mentioned him a few days ago, and I think he's a guy that hands down has a chance to be special. He really does. I've been pleased with Day-Day, Ladarius Bishop. He's done some good things. I think today, not just one freshman, there's been several of them that kind of hit that 6-day wall a little bit. And as I told them, we got to pull them through the knothole. You just got to keep pulling. You're going to make it. You're going to survive. Just keep pulling. And but I've been again pleased with those guys. Obviously, we've talked a little bit about the 2 quarterbacks. I do Noah Gatlin. Noah Gatlin, both these two offensive linemen, we got Silas Robinson and Noah Gatlin. These guys are getting a ton of reps in that offensive line. And, for whatever the circumstance is, we got some guys out right now. It's forcing these 2 freshmen, young guys to get in there and get game speed reps. And they have done a really good job, and I've been very proud of them. Been proud of our older guys, kind of nurturing and bringing those guys along too. So again, those are some. I'm pretty sure I probably missed one or two here, but Isaiah Nichols, he's got some. He's got a lot of fight in him now. I love it, and he's a good one. Going to have a great career here in that defensive line. But anytime you get two freshmen tangled up out there at practice a little bit and get the spirits flying around, everybody high-fiving and hooting and hollering, you kind of love it. That means that you're doing something. So excited about the freshmen we brought in.
Hey, Chad, we hadn't talked a whole lot about defensive tackles with you until like today with Watts and Isaiah. But how do you think that depth is going to stack up there when you're talking about a couple of guys who are dinged up, Caps and Guidry and T.J. Smith? And also, how do you see Sosa's reps coming up in the scrimmage? More tackle or end? And he's been running some second team.
Yeah, both. I think you're going to see him at some tackle, some end in the scrimmage Saturday. I think we got some competition right there. Like I said, these guys have come in. They're pushing each other. I've been pleased with Jonathan Marshall, T.J. Smith. I mean, these guys are creating some depth right there. We hope to get Briston Guidry back next week. That's our hope. That's the plan right now. But with Isaiah Nichols and T.J. Smith and Jonathan Marshall, and now Sosa's inside playing some there, and Armand Watts. So, I like our depth. We just got to find that right fit and keep pushing each other. But as far as I think we talked a little bit right there about. Or B.J. Farrell's another one. We'll see on him where he is with his rehab and recovery. But I think our ability to move Sosa inside and outside helps us create depth. It's a lot like the offensive line. You have to cross train some guys at times. And it's what's best for the team.
Have you been as pleased with Brian Wallace's practices as you were with his preseason conditioning?
Yeah, I have. I have. I think he's done a good job. I want him to lead more, kind of be that influential guy up there. But he's been pretty rock solid, and so I've been pleased with B. Wallace. Again, a guy that provides stability at that right tackle position, and extremely athletic. So.
Hey, Chad, a minute ago you said that was a good move to center for Yelta. I mean, is he a center now, or is it?
Yeah, he's playing a lot of center right now.
So he's your guy right now.
I may put you at center before it's over with, Bob.
I hope you don't ever get that done.
Come on now. Yes. Right now we've made that transition right now, and it doesn't mean he's not playing some guard. He'll get some reps at guard, but right now he took over the last 2 days. He's took the majority of reps at center.
So you think Dylan might be out a while, or?
I don't think so. I think Dylan's going to be back. I'm hoping that he would be back for Saturday. Tomorrow will be a lot of a recovery day for us. And we'll still go out, but it'll be more of a recovery practice for us and a lot extended film study. But I'm hoping to get Dylan back. If it's not for Saturday, hopefully from Monday.
I think you had Kirby over there at left guard. What'd you think of him? How's he doing?
Yeah, I think Kirby is, we're trying to find that where is that fit for him? I think that Kirby's back, been moved around in there, and he's doing some good things. I think that when you look, Johnny Gibson at right guard and Brian Wallace at that right tackle, you're pretty solid right there. If you have, Yelda right there at that center, now we got to get that left side kind of solid like we want it. And so that's kind of the challenge right now, the puzzle pieces.
You were talking about 100, 101 for Sarah. Were you talking about the temperature?
Yes, the temperature.
Plays?
No,
Okay.
no, I'm hoping to get about 180 plays in.
Okay, I thought that seemed a little light.
Yeah.
Okay. And is that going to be the first time you guys have been in the stadium since
It
you've
is.
been here?
Yeah, it is.
Well, I mean, I know there's not going to be 70,000 people here or anything, but what do you think about getting in the stadium?
I told our guys a couple of days ago that Saturday scrimmage will be in the stadium. I mean, they were excited. I think they see what's going on. I mean, they driving down the road and seeing everything kind of coming together. There's just a lot of excitement, and change of venue is always good for these guys, especially a scrimmage. I know a lot of their parents are coming in, and I get a chance to watch them perform, and as close to a game situation as we can get. That'll be first of many scrimmages. All right. Thank you all.